And what way do I
Daniel, do you want to start recording? Have we started it? I was performative there and you didn't even catch it. Okay, so I've just been to... Yeah, I'm fine. I'm going to have to repeat what I just said. No, I think I'm quite stressed out because I have a lot of tabs going. Anyway, look, the point is I was just at my uncle's funeral. It could have changed, but his name was Andrew Cusack. And so my two aunties, Auntie Liz, Auntie Claire, and my mother was there, and my uncle Paddy. So there's 4 remaining children. And the end game, life and death, circle of life and all that kind of stuff. And it was quite emotional. Hi, Casey.
Hi.
We'll introduce you now. Actually, let's go for it, Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to And That's Why We're Not Together, starring David McSavage and special guest Casey Gothard.
Casey Gothard, Australian comedian, all the way from Brisbane. How do you say Brisbane?
Brisbane, but it doesn't really matter. Brisbane's not that fast, really.
And
people call it Bris Vegas a lot.
Oh yeah, how come?
Because it's really boring and it kind of jazzes it up, makes it sound more exciting than it really is. And a lot of casinos. Australians love the pokies.
Christ, I could not believe that because I lived there for a year and a half, and I couldn't believe the amount of pokey machines everywhere.
I'm pretty sure Australia has 20% of the world's pokies, in the entire world. We love the pokies.
And then that giant casino that's open for 24 hours a day in Melbourne.
The Crown.
Jesus Christ. 24 hours a day.
Yeah, I think so. There's no clocks or anything. You can't see any windows when you're in there because they're just trying to keep you in there like a labyrinth.
I wonder how did that happen, that the Australians are so obsessed with gambling.
We used to be Irish.
Can't believe it's our fault. I wonder what's the gambling. Gambling is fucking stupid, I have to say. Although we're all gambling all the time. Like I smoke, so that's gamble, isn't it? Or is it? I don't know. Hi, Casey. How you doing?
I'm well, David.
So how long have you been in Ireland now, Casey? How long have you been in Ireland?
5 months, I want to say.
Right. And it's your first time here?
No, I came here when I was 20, but I was so drunk the entire time I can't actually remember being here.
Yeah.
I came back from living in Norway, and Norway was so expensive. And 10 years ago, Ireland used to be cheap, so we all just got drunk.
I don't think Ireland ever used to be cheap
compared to Norway.
Oh, booze prices. Yeah, the Norwegian prices for alcohol are very high, exorbitant.
Insane. So yeah, we came over and got so drunk I actually can't remember being here. Occasionally, a memory will pop up that I was here, and I do not remember it at all.
Can you have a very low speaking voice. Can you speak lower? What's the lowest your voice can go?
Like this.
Fuck off.
I can do it for a bit, but it doesn't really last that long.
You're not expecting that?
No, it's fucking awesome.
It's like
God almighty. If you picked up some dude and he's, got you in his arms and you just did that would be the funniest thing.
Kiss me.
Brilliant. And what's the highest voice you can do?
I don't know. I don't really go high.
Because Hannah,
like this.
My personal trainer.
David, she kind of talks like that.
You can put on. It doesn't matter.
I just thought that, but I don't really like it.
You don't really like it. You sound like a puppet in a children's show.
Yeah, like it. Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say like this.
That's really
But I do
good.
feel like I sound like more Australian when I get up this high.
Yeah, that sounds like a good puppet character.
I'm not that great with voices or accents, to be fair.
What is that? You could do a little puppet character. Does it? Oh, fuck it. Come on, man. You're not good with accents.
No, I'm terrible. I got offered an ad. I did an ad for a little while ago in Ireland, and I was shitting myself that they were going to make me do an Irish accent because I can't do one at all. And
you live in Cavan now.
Cavan. Yeah.
Kevin.
But no, and that's even harder. I don't even understand what the fuck they're saying.
Do you not?
No, like if you get some of the farmers that open their mouth like this much every time they talk like that, it makes no sense. I can't understand them. I honestly need subtitles in real life. I just stand there looking blank.
Apparently you can get those AI glasses from Apple where you can get subtitles.
I don't think anything they're saying is worth hearing anyway. I don't think I need to bother.
Fucking hell. What do you think of that, Daniel? Someone from Brisbane coming all the way over to Ireland, living in Cavan, and then saying about Cavan farmers that they have gone.
Well, they are hard to understand though.
They are, and it's just saying it's just the ones that are hard to listen to are usually just giving out about something. So I don't know. I just say like. Cavan.
Oh, you said you last time I saw you, you said you were at the ploughing championships.
Oh yeah, down in Offaly.
How come you were there?
I want to really immerse myself in because I'm
that's the place to do it.
Yeah, it was insane. I loved the ploughing. We went to the men's under 55 reverse ploughing heat 5, and it was
reverse ploughing.
Yep, and it was thrilling.
Can I wait a second? And for what reason does your partner? Is he involved in ploughing? Hey!
Daniel.
In other words, that's a double entendre about having penetrative sex. Ploughing.
Sorry.
No, I really like the.
But why did you go there? Sorry.
Because I want the most authentic Irish experience. I love the country Irish feel. Like I don't really Cavan isn't where I probably live forever, but like I went to the Fla, I went to the ploughing, I go to the tractor pullings. I love it all because it just seems so fake, but it's real. Like it seems exactly what I would if I typed into like YouTube Ireland.
Oh, very good.
It's exactly what would come up.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you think it is.
Well, I think that's it is a very authentic experience of Ireland because that's where Ireland meets itself. You know, lots of people. You know, you have all different shapes of people who look like they eat too much and they don't really. You know, they wear sweaters and things like that they bought in Guineas.
Yeah, there is my favorite thing at the ploughing was they didn't have an award for the best dress, but they had an award for the most appropriately dressed, which is hilarious. That was so Irish to me because you guys didn't want to aim for the best dress. Let's just go for the guys who are appropriate.
Well, that's properly embracing the thing. I remember when I was there, there was a fashion show, and well, I mean, it was kind of like almost like a David Lynch scene. So there was this woman. And it was the Country Women's Association. So it was Farmer Wives fashion show. Mm-hmm. Okay, so and now we have Fionnuala, and she is pear-shaped. And fuck me if Fionnuala wasn't actually pear-shaped. And now we have Mary, and Mary is dressing appropriately for an apple shape. And Mary was just like a big round apple. It was brilliant.
Yeah, they still had the fashion, so they didn't do the shapes anymore. You know, I feel like that's too behind for the. They're a bit more progressive at the ploughing now. They don't go about the shapes, but they did still have the fashion show, and it was some of the worst fashion I've ever seen. Yeah,
which
is
which is almost there's a genius in that it avoids kind of fashion or it avoids aesthetic with skill somehow.
Yeah, it's almost talented how bad it is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like it's like, do you ever see?
Yes, it does make sense.
I'll punch you. Don't think just because it's your podcast I won't punch you. But I think you ever see someone in an item of clothing and you're like, that's so ugly. Where did you even buy that?
Right.
Like, who even made that? Like,
where did you buy that? Or you went into a shop specifically, browsed for a while, and saw that and think, I'll wear that.
Yeah, and like Ireland, a lot of people don't dress fantastic. I do love the farmer fashion though. Like some farmers look fantastic when they got their like nice wax jacket on. They got their little hat. I love the little old Irishman art. I love them so much. They're my favorite.
Right. So you just what are we kind of like farmer fashion? The waxed jackets. Would they be wearing a shirt and tie? No. No.
So I only saw the women's most appropriately dressed, and it consisted of like a button-down shirt with like an Aran jumper over the top, a wax jacket, skinny jeans, hunter wellies. And then a very impractical hat. I was very outraged because I thought I could be in contention for the most appropriately dressed. That's my goal next year.
Okay.
Is to win that.
Yeah.
But because they had all these suede hats or like felt hats with feathers on them. It's Ireland. If that rains,
Yeah.
that hat is fucked. How is that the most appropriately dressed person? I had my little farmer hat on. I thought I would have been spotted in the audience. No, yet again.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a lovely place to go, and I would recommend anyone, you know, especially living in a city like Dublin, you know, if you want to see what real Irish, where we it's like the epicenter of what we are about.
And you will see the ugliest people you've ever seen in your life. I didn't know people.
Well, you see, but that's interesting, Casey, that you say we are ugly. Now,
some of you.
No, but I know what you mean about the lack of symmetry and the awkward faces and heads and weird shaped heads. But what's interesting about that, so there was a guy living next door to me, big ginger-headed fucker from Sligo, and, you know, a big awkward head in him. But, like, I saw him this many years ago. I saw him walking up the street with a gorgeous Brazilian woman. Of course, to her, he was exotic.
Yeah.
You see, so it's good to know that there's someone for everyone. This is to all the big-headed, misshapen farmers.
You can find someone.
You can find someone.
I mean, I was one of. I love redheads. That's my favorite. I mean, I did.
Is your partner, or is he your fiance? No, he's your boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
Yeah.
How
long have you been together? That's why you're in Ireland, is it?
I moved for him because his visa ended, and Australia's like, you need to get the fuck out.
Is that where you met your boyfriend?
Yeah, I met him in Melbourne. So I lived in Melbourne the past 9 years, and I met him in this suburb that's just riddled with Irish. It's the Irish suburb. It's called St Kilda. It's down on the beach.
It's St Kilda. I didn't know St Kilda. Beautiful part of Melbourne. St
Not
Kilda.
anymore. The Irish have ruined it.
No, have they?
It's so full of Irish. I cannot tell you. I used to, if one of my friends was, because they're also all travelers, like as in not like travelers, but they're all like, they're usually only there for the 3 years and they fuck off. And a lot of them are tradespeople, especially the men, and they earn a lot more money in Australia than they do back here, and the rent and stuff is lower, so they have lots of cash. And whenever one of my like girlfriends would get like really upset or they hadn't been laid in a while, I'm like, we need to go to St Kilda. It's the easiest dick fishing in your life. You just throw
dick fishing, brilliant.
You just throw a fucking bit of tan skin in the water, and they all just hurtle. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
And as I said, like Jack, my partner's name's Jack. Love him. But he's not the first Irish person I dated. I dated like 10 or 12 before him.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of Irish there. A lot of Irish.
When you say dated, you mean you've had sex with?
No, I dated.
You didn't have sex with them?
I also did have sex, of course. But you know, I dated them. And like from all over too. I'm actually very paranoid now that in the next few years I'll start seeing them pop up again.
Yeah. But that's interesting about St Kilda, because I was there in 2000, or, you know, so I was there about 25 years ago. I don't know if there was loads of Irish people there, but I did think it was a beautiful neighbourhood, St Kilda, and, you know, all those little suburbs, and Essendon? No,
Yep.
Elwood. Oh,
So
beautiful. Elwood is so pretty.
That's where my partner lived, and I live in a suburb called Albert Park, which is just above that lake. So where the Formula One is, I just live right there.
And you're right, though, the standard of living, it's really, really good.
Everyone, especially all the Irish in Australia, all they do is complain about how fucking expensive Australia is. I come over here, Ireland's so much more expensive. It's like it must have changed, like in the past 3 years, or since like a lot of you guys came over like after COVID, and that's when the Irish infestation really properly started.
Right. Oh, so there's tons of Irish. Yeah. I used to perform in a place called the Esplanade, but I think it's
the Espy.
The Espy.
It's still.
This is now. I was there when. Oh Christ! I can't remember half the Australian comedians. There was a guy called Ostentatious, another guy who had a really bad heroin habit for a while, but then he kicked it. He's quite famous. I can't remember the names.
No.
But I remember seeing Jim Owen.
Jim Owen's still in Australia. Love Jim Owen. He is.
He did this podcast.
Oh, you did this podcast?
Yes.
Last I remember him. I think it was him. One of the.
Yeah, he did this podcast.
He did this podcast.
Yeah, fuck you.
I was in a good way. It was. You're very defensive. You have the little hairs on the back of your neck stand up a lot like a cat when it's threatened. But that's okay.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. No, what was his name? Oh, I just can't remember the names, but very funny bloke. I can't remember him. I was there. I was street.
Oh, I think I can't remember his name, but I think he went real downhill with the addiction. I think he used to try and sell like classes with him and then just take people's money.
Oh.
I don't know, but again, it's well before my time.
Yeah.
I wasn't even in school yet.
Yeah. How long have you been doing comedy?
About 4 years.
Right. So you're very, very early on. You were going to ask Casey a question
Shit.
about her stand-up.
Oh yeah, like you had a story there about a guy you went on a date on.
Date with?
He was saying how funny he was in the date or something.
Oh, this is the guy who like found out on the date I was a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
And then just would not shut up about how he could also be I'm pretty funny. I reckon I could do that. I could do this. I could do that. This is also why when I started.
So this is true?
This is full on true.
Right.
But I remember, and it used to happen a lot, especially because it's not as much with the Irish, which is why I started dating them, because they were just, Irish women are a lot funnier on average, I find, or it's like okay to be funny here. I think a lot of women in Australia are afraid to be funny because the men are so insecure. They want to be the funniest person. Australian men always want to be the funniest guy in the room.
They're quite threatened.
They get very threatened by it. And this story is like one of the reasons I fucking stopped dating Australian guys is because like he found out I was a comedian on the date. I tried to like conceal it. I tried to, when I met him on the app, so I just didn't want to. Anyway, and we went on this first date. He found out I was a comedian because like one of the guys at the bar clocked that I was a comedian. He'd been to a show that I was at. And again, I'm not like a big comedian or anything, so that doesn't happen really ever, like very occasionally, and it's usually only if I've done a gig at that bar. But he found out I was a comedian, and he just went on about how he thought he could do it. And I could be, I'm pretty funny. I reckon could do. My friends think I'm pretty funny. And he went on for so long. I was like, do you know what? Fine. So I called up one of my friends who runs an open mic. I was like, if I bring someone, can I put them on the mic right now? So we got an Uber, literally went straight to this open mic, put him right on stage. He lasted about fucking 3 minutes, bombed to death. Like walked straight offside, walked outside. I had ordered an Uber, got in the Uber, left, unmatched me, blocked me, no contact him ever again.
How is it your fucking fault?
It's not. It's just.
Oh, he was just so ashamed.
He was so ashamed because and it's the same. It's like so many Australian guys, and I think a few older men here too. But it's Australian guys on average are just more. They just think they can do it, and I'm like. Also, they think they're the funniest because, like, in their group of friends, they'll be like, I'm so funny. Like, I told this joke the other day because I was like, yeah, like, Steve's gay. And I'm like,
yeah,
is Steve gay? Like, what's the context behind it?
But it's interesting you say that, Casey, because if you're in any social situation in a pub or in a restaurant, and there's a group of people, every minute or two you'll hear big gales of laughter, and then quiet, and then laughter again. But the thing is, like everyone knows each other.
Yeah. And
so all the references and, everyone knows everybody. But when you're performing in front of people who don't know you, it's a totally different kettle of fish.
Exactly. It's like, I find them only, like the contextualization.
And so like you're saying, your man is a hero with his mates and he's getting all these laughs and he's thinking, well, I can fucking do that. But I know people are very delusional, usually men, and... some of them even they might see you on stage being funny and they think, yeah, well, she's kind of gay, but even if they go on stage and they're not funny, they still think they're funnier than you. So there's nothing that can get through to some fucking people, man.
My favorite phrase is you're funny for a woman, or I don't usually like female comedians, but you're right. I love them.
Well, I've never looked at you like a woman.
Thank you. And I know that, whereas I always have with you. No, you've been great.
Nice one, Casey. Well
you've been
done.
great. I met you like my first gig down here. You've been great.
Yeah, you're
insane
great.
Sometimes, but
but you have you've heard that a lot, have you?
Yeah, I get, and it's also hard. Yeah, because especially like I don't know why you have to say,
Why do you have to qualify it?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying that you're like hot for a short guy. Like it's or you're okay looking for an idiot.
But from your point of view. From your point of view, okay, so there's adversity that's thrown in you. Like, are you like how do you deal with that? Do you give a fuck, or do you just does it motivate you?
all the most successful people in my life are women. And so what a man says just never counted. Like, I'm like, okay, guy. I always saw men as the losers, you know, in any circumstance, you know? Like, I was like, I don't really...
What?
Like, as in, like, in my life, my mum...
So you're very driven, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, it
I mean, it's
doesn't-
annoying, but,
Yeah.
but you know.
I don't like... So, you know, I don't really care. It's annoying, but I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, also, like, I'm willing to admit that sometimes you do get put on shows, I think, because you're a girl. That's why you're given an opportunity. But if they invite you back, that's not because you're a girl. That's because you were funny.
Yeah.
So once I've been on a show twice, I don't ever care or, you know, put that qualification on it ever again, you know? But yeah, I also don't get, like, the people...
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
It's how killer you are, isn't it, really?
And also, like, the people who always say, like, you're funny for a woman, yeah, you look at them, they just look like their lives are terrible, you know? Like, I've never envied anyone who's said that I'm funny for a woman or a female comedian.
I often wondered, actually, when I was starting off, how come there are some... I don't know if it is the case now, but how come there were so many more men? Like, what about comedy made men gravitate towards it much more than women?
I think it's the same thing as, like, how in life, you know how men, like, go for more job opportunities? Because if they've got 30% of the criteria that they are seeking for, they'll apply for the job. Whereas women, on average, do it for, like, 70% and above. And I think it's the same in comedy.
What?
They did, like, a study where they found that, like, the reason a lot of men were getting jobs over women who are more qualified is because the more qualified women weren't even applying for the jobs, because on the, you know, job listing it'd be like, you need to do A through Z, and the men would qualify, you know, 30% of that criteria that the job listing has said that they need, and men are like, oh, I've got 30%, it's fine, I'll apply to that job. I can do that. Whereas women are a lot more cautious.
Oh, gotcha, right, yeah, so they're not as delusional and sort of you know, yeah.
And also, I think women...
Very high in themselves, yeah.
Like,
very overconfident.
Yeah, I think also a lot of men in comedy don't know when to give up. Like, you ever see...
well, do you know what I mean? I think that the emotional intelligence, this is just theoretical, but like, and I'm certainly speaking from my own experience, like I was so desperate for attention. This was the perfect area to get it, you know. And so I would basically interpret laughter. And I used to do jokes about it, like I was seeking through the laughter of an audience the love that I didn't get from my father or something like that, you know. So, but I think women are more emotionally intelligent. This is the theory, and I'm just throwing it out there. So they didn't see the laughter as you know, you're great, you're a good person, you're worthwhile. I mean, you know, so it maybe isn't as attractive to women doing stand-up comedy as it is to emotionally repressed men. What do you think about that?
I think so. I think there's also, yeah.
Or is that?
I feel like maybe that's the same reason that a lot of women are drawn to it, but a lot more men haven't dealt with that part of themselves, so that's why. You know, like...
But you know, something, it's so true, actually, what you just said. I realized what I just said might be a load of shit, because exactly the guy that you were dating, you know, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do it because they have much more confidence, and women don't have the same confidence. Maybe it's different now, but definitely when I was going to school, you'd see guys coming out of their exams, yeah, I did great. And then you see girls coming out of exams, I'm not sure, I didn't know. And the girls who weren't sure, didn't think they did well, did better than the guys who thought they did great.
Yeah.
So the fact that there is a stage, so the reason guys are drawn to it is because they think they are worthy. And maybe there are girls who are way more talented than guys, but they just don't think they're worthy, that they don't think they have the right to... Or would that be also?
Yeah, I guess so. It's also like, I mean, there's so many things. Like, I've done a few podcasts like this, but it's like... I think so many women also get scared off in the early days of comedy, because so many fucking, especially open mic male comedians who've been there for years. You know, the ones that stay there. They just stay. They're creepy.
Okay.
And you just, or like, they'll be like, yeah, come to this gig. It's down a cobblestone alleyway.
Yeah, right.
At nighttime.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you're like, So I think a lot of that,
right,
like, is a detracting factor from continuing on. And I think a lot of women, like, you got to push do it. Even now, like I'm going through a stage where I'm like, oh, I've got to push harder than I
The grind.
have been. Yeah, got to grind harder, grind teeth like after a bag, you know.
You mean you feel you have to work harder here? Well, you have to reestablish yourself because you got to a certain level, I assume. And
yeah, and I kind of feel like I plateaued, and like,
where have you plateaued?
I mean, I feel like I haven't written anything I'm really proud of in a while, and I used to write all the time, and I think, you know, when you get in that like part of life where it's just like fight or flight, and you just feel constantly like, you know, on edge, and I don't write like I used to, and also I'm not gigging all the time like I used to.
No, if you're not gigging all the time, you know, you get very existential about the whole thing, and you just drift away from it.
Yeah, so that's...
I mean, that's why I force myself to fucking go down to gigs all the time.
Yeah, which is what I am planning. We're planning.
But also, you're living in Cavan. So.
We're planning to move down to Dublin.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. It's only just because, I mean, it's so hard. Moving over here is costly, and I have my own place back in Australia that, you know, had to get rented out. There's a lot of stuff.
Oh, that's right. What did you work at before you did the stand up?
I was in asset management, so like finance.
Yeah. Are you checking your reflection in the mirror?
Occasionally.
What the fuck?
I don't...
Well, it's just...
Like a parrot.
Go on.
No, it's not... I just want to make sure my hair... Do you know how many times I do shit like this and they make me look like a potato? Gary from the Crack Den takes the worst photos of me I've ever had. It's almost it's like a criminal offense to me. It's offensive. I don't know why he hates women and he takes photos like that.
Oh, Gary, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But like I say, I look like a potato so often.
What angle is your best angle?
I don't know. But
remember the way you remember there was a craze there for a while where people were taking pictures you know, basically.
I love that like 60-year-old women still do that on Facebook.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love old people, like old women.
Well, I'm nearly 60. I'm old.
Yeah, that's why I have an affinity for you.
Do you think you'll be old?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm not fully. This is like, it's fine. I don't know what parts of this podcast we put up anyway. But I feel like I don't really believe in death. That sounds stupid and I'll probably jinx myself. But it's hard for me to wrap my head around. And you guys are obsessed with death here. Like, you just went to a funeral.
Interesting.
Today.
Interesting you should say that. Expand, please.
On the you guys being obsessed
Irish
with death.
people being obsessed with death.
I remember second date. Like, I've had 2 major deaths in my recent life, and it's the only major ones. It was my grandparents dying, and because my mum's a single mum, my aunt's a single mum, and they've all got daughters. They were kind of like the family, like the patriarch and matriarch for everyone still. Like, even though I had a mother and a father, well, not for the past 14 years or whatever, but they were like the heads of the family, and they both died within 6 months, and it was very tragic and very traumatic for the whole family. It felt like, you know, when you like, it just feels like all the support you've ever had in your life just fell away. So I already had a traumatic relationship with death. And then I was going on, I think it must have been like my 3rd date with my boyfriend, and we went to a aquarium in Melbourne that had this very a famous fluffy penguin called Pesto Penguin. Anyway, afterwards they took me to like a seafood boil place where they put it all on, and everyone is fucking fist deep in like crab legs and all sorts of shit like dripping down, and they're telling me about Irish funerals, and they were saying that I can't remember blah blah blah. Oh, like remember the last time we got smashed? Yeah, it was at my uncle's funeral, and I was like, what? That first, the getting drunk at the funeral, I didn't really understand. And then they were like, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't really, you know, paying attention. I was just like, you know, trying to suck the meat out of the fucking crawfish. And then they were like, oh, yeah, and you know, when the body is in the room, I'm like, what?
Oh, at the wake.
What do you mean the body is in the... You guys keep the body in the... And then they showed me a video with a fucking dead body in it. Like, just them at, like, the last wake they went to. I burst into tears. They thought I was insane. But it was traumatic. Petrified. Like, my partner's nanny... died before I came over, just before I came over, and like I do wish I was there to support him and all that shit. But I'm so glad I didn't have to go to that funeral. You guys are obsessed with death. Like, you plan it. Have you ever seen the freaking Travelers tombstones? I saw some down in Mayo.
They're very elaborate.
And they're like, everything in marble is like all the things that they enjoy. I went to this one in Mayo, and it had not only was there a Guinness pint carved out of marble, but there was a laptop carved out of marble.
But
and
I
on the
must
laptop
say,
screen,
as you,
oh,
sorry.
sorry, on the laptop screen was his Facebook page. They'd etched his Facebook page into it.
A laptop, what did you say?
Like
A laptop?
made of marble,
Say screen.
and on the screen,
Oh, you said scream first, and I thought you didn't know how to pronounce screen. But also, here's the thing: how exciting it must be for the traveling community. They go through that much effort. They must be really into it. But it is true, this obsession with death, and I think with certain people, it's way more than other people in Ireland. But definitely, I do know people who really come alive when they're around people suffering or close to death. It really gets them going. And as I was coming back because I was just back from my uncle Andrew's funeral, but that thing, don't speak ill of the dead. There's a lot of respect around dead people, but what about? But of course they're dead. Who cares? You can speak. Don't speak ill of the living, maybe. But and in fact, though, I would say that in terms of resentments and people not talking to each other, like there's a lot of kind of that person is dead to me. That person is. I'll never talk to that person. Never talk to that person ever again. So there's a lot of sort of how would you say a kind of social murder going on.
yeah, more so than real. And
What?
more so than real, like as in
More
like
so than more.
I feel
yeah,
like-
no, not. I'm not talking about murder. I'm just talking.
that was a
Yeah.
stab.
But that's an interesting observation that you've definitely noticed about Ireland, that we are obsessed with.
You guys
death.
are obsessed with.
Yeah.
Ireland's just strange.
Yeah.
Ireland is so much more Irish than I thought it was gonna be.
Well,
Like
especially in fucking Cavan, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
By the way, my mother is from Ballygimsdulf, and the Cusacks from Ballygimsdulf, and Paddy Cusack, and he started the Frolics in County Cavan, in Ballygimsdulf.
and I love Cavan. I don't mind shitting on Cavan, but anyone else shitting on Cavan, I mean, fuck off. I do keep.
Yeah, you feel connected to Cavan because you're a fella.
Yeah, and
I feel the same way about Poland because Hannah is from Poland, and I have two
love
Polish-Irish children.
I love pierogies.
Lobster.
But I say I love Cavan. I love all the old people. So many Cavan people are strange too. And like I really riled. I love riling old men up at the pub. That's my favorite thing. And there's like a old man at the pub the other week, and like Cavan's like claim to fame is 365 lakes. And I've discovered if you want to piss an old Cavan man off is to dispute that fact. I am like, there's no way there's 365 lakes. She's like, sure there is. I was like, some of them got to be big ponds. No way is there like fully 365 lakes.
Yeah, they go mad.
They go absolutely mad. One of them brought in a book to show me to prove it. And I'm like, that could have been doctored photos. How do I know that's not in
Right.
Monaghan,
Yeah.
And then absolutely losing his shit. And then I've started to threaten, because we live on a farm. I'm like, I'm going to dig my own fucking lake, 366 lakes. What are you going to do about that? So you can't do that. I'm like, I can. I'm going to start doing it.
What's it like living on a farm?
It's not like an active farm. Like we have one bitey horse at the back. I do not enjoy the horse at all. Don't like him.
Do you ride?
No, no. I don't enjoy horses. I don't like them. I don't think they should exist.
What is it about horses that you don't like?
Too big.
Too big, yeah,
Too
you're
big.
right.
Also, useless. Like I don't believe in horse racing. I think it's cruel. And I also like. What are their use? I went
funny.
to the ploughing championships. I know there's so many fucking tractors on this planet. We do not need them for that.
Fucking tractors.
Also, good luck trying to even fit a horse on those Cavan roads. They're so bloody small. You couldn't fit a carriage on it. So I don't see what we can just let. I'm not saying kill all the horses.
So yeah, I'll message to all you horses in Cavan. Fuck off. No, God, I'm trying to. Sorry, do you know what's killing me? That guy's name, the Australian comedian. I just have to look it up.
No, you do it, and I'll finish my rant about the horses.
Okay.
Because no, I do not like them. I don't like their vibe. Some horses got out on the fucking road.
Greg Fleet.
Oh, Greg Fleet. Yes.
Fleety. Greg Fleet. And I was a desperate fucking Egypt back then. I mean, I still am, but a little bit more self-aware. And I was, tried to get into their good graces, but, and I get drunk. And anyway. But Greg Fleet, there was one good line. He was talking about taking acid or something, and he was so fucked. He was 6 kinds of Tuesday, which I thought was a very funny line. But anyway, horses. Can I just tell you?
No.
Go on, finish your rant then.
No, it's fine. I just don't see the point of them. I don't like them. I think we should just let them naturally die out. I'm not saying kill them all. Just let this be the last generation
right.
of them. They're just like free range glue. Honestly, that's all they are.
Well, I had to learn how to ride a horse for a TV series called Bastard Executioner, and I think I had maybe 2 scenes. Thank you. And but they taught me how to ride. They taught me how to ride on this big horse, but it had a really fat back. But it made me open my hips in a way that I'd never done before, and it was very fucking traumatic. But anyway, but when I started, you see, the way you're telling a story and you're telling stuff that has no relation to the fucking point of the story.
It just made me
it's
go,
so
like,
fucking annoying.
Also, clearly you've never given birth. Like, that's just, I had to open my hips up like every other fucking woman in history.
Yeah, well, you're genetically prepared to do that, aren't you?
The Irish women are.
No, you have hips like a snake's jaw. It can retract, that's a joke. Okay, look, can we not... Hi. So what horses, as you say, they did freak me out because the eyes are here and then all the fucking way down is the nose. And they're just weird to look at, man.
Yeah, I don't
And,
know.
they're there and you know the way when you meet someone, how are you doing? Horses all freaked out. And then you say, well, don't be nervous around the horse. Well, look at the fucking horse is nervous. Yeah. So, of course, I'm fucking nervous. So you have to be... like grew up with horses to be really.
And the one on our farm.
Did you have a bad experience with a horse?
No, I just don't enjoy them. I don't see the point in them.
Would you like to be taught how to ride a horse?
No.
You don't like the idea of doing this?
No. I don't like that in normal life. Why would I like that on a horse? I'm
why?
lazy.
Okay, why are you doing that monotone thing now?
Oh, no, I don't mean to be monotone. Sorry, do you want me to divert?
Yeah, do a bit of
Yeah. Totally. Just going on. I can do like my private school girl voice because
that's good.
I did go to private girl school. I don't know if you can tell by the pretentious nature sometimes.
No.
You can tell by the bullying though. I'm quite mean to you at times.
It's funny though. The Irish see the big differences between socioeconomic status and where this person would go to school, and then any Irish person who goes over to the United States to the Americans, we're all just paddies. We don't see the social distinction that would be glaringly obvious maybe where you're from.
No, I mean...
Would you be posh? Would you be considered posh in Brisbane? No.
But we're like well off. Like my mum's a barrister.
Yeah.
And my grandpa was in finance.
So you've got a good head for numbers and economics and all that kind of stuff?
Not really. Like I did well when I was in finance and I know shit, but I don't always follow it. I was always more creative in the family, but then I did like a business degree alongside the art degree to kind of like be like, I gotta get a proper job. And then I didn't do well. I did okay in the proper job, but they get boring and I don't see the point. And then life feels mundane and idiotic. But now I look back on it and I'm like, you know what? Earning like 6 figures at 25 was pretty good.
Right.
I kind of wish that I could go back sometimes.
Yeah, you wish you could go back, but you obviously you couldn't fucking hack it. You couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I think there are people who do struggle with, this is, it feels like I'm walking in a path that has been walked in hundreds of thousands of times. What's the point? There's no, but on the other hand, you can't underestimate the importance of creating wealth and all that. And so you're looking back at it and you probably have a rosier view of
I enjoyed
career
before the pandemic.
Then
everything just went fucked because we're like, I was alone in a house by myself for 2 years. Like I was always like, what's the fucking point, Our number's even real. All this money isn't actually real. It's all on paper. I didn't really click with it. And then I found comedy after the pandemic and that kind of, like, I loved it. Like from the first time I did well, not the first time, but the first time I did well, I was just hooked. I'm like, I don't really want to do anything else my entire life.
Well, and do you feel can you fall back on that kind of
I mean, my mum will die at some point and I could fall back on that.
Yeah.
No, she quit smoking though, so it's a bit. She's kind of fucked up my life plan.
Oh,
but that's okay. It's okay. She's good now. But I could always fall back on something. I think, but and I could like go into.
But you're not thinking like that.
No, I'm trying not to. And in the past year or so, when you like the first plateau of your career, you kind of just like, which I don't know, but I'm just like, like what's it's hard. Comedy's not like a slow incline. It's like up. Boom,
Right.
up.
Yeah.
So it's just like trying to. I don't, and they're like, there's no straightforward path. And
Well, in other careers, you like, what do you want comedically?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'd love to be on the panel shows. That's my favorite. I love panel shows. I think I'm very quick-witted. It's sometimes good ways, sometimes bad ways, but I feel like I'd love those.
So panel shows, obviously in the UK, because there's none really here, is there?
No, but I'd like to sort of establish myself here. I think there's so many Australian comedians in the UK at the moment,
Right.
especially in London, that I feel like I would get overlooked. Whereas, like, I like the Irish. I like the comedians. I like the comedy I can do here. It's also a bit of a fresh look. And I'd like to see what I can build here for a bit. But I feel like I probably need to do some stuff on, like, social. But also, I would like to have a very, very good Edinburgh show. Like, I would like to do my first show. I think a lot of people rush to do their first one, and I kind of wanted to do that. But now I thought I'd take my time, and I think I've got an idea of what I'm going to do.
Right.
But, like, I'd like to do... It sounds bad. I like to do it all. I also, like, did art school and did the art thing very well for a bit. And, like, each year, I'd like to do, like, a gallery.
So you have a plan?
A plan, but no middle bit. I'm like, this is where I want to go. I'm not necessarily sure how to get there.
Yeah.
You know, which is probably an existential crisis I can have to you off camera.
No. Well, if you don't, I mean, God, how many times have I said stuff like this? You know, if you don't know what you want, if you know what you want, and then you just have to figure out. Well, you just see people in positions that you want to be in, and then you figure out how did they get there. Although, that doesn't necessarily work for you either. You can't follow the same steps that, like you said, it's not a prescribed route. There's lots of different
and
ways.
No one's taken the same exact path to get to where they are. But
I guess I did hear a few comedians saying it become undeniable. You know, you just establish yourself, and you are very, very funny.
Thank you. You're okay too.
Thanks. Because if you don't know what you want, then you can't. You just be like you said. You'll be like in those open mic positions. You'd wonder what would someone stay at that open mic situation for a decade or longer. Like what do they think's going to happen? I mean, what are they doing it for?
There's some of them that like they do get better. Like I've seen some people in Australia who like they've been doing it for 7 to 10 years and they're now cracking it properly because they've worked on it. But some people just don't, and it's almost like their social thing, and they get to tell they're like dating out people that they're a comedian.
Gotcha.
And it's also really weird because I never see like. There's a few, but I've never really seen too many women stick around to get that sad. Like, do you ever see a comedian? You're like, I really just don't want to end up like that.
Well, it's funny. It does take for most people. It does take to start earning a living. It does take at least 10 years.
Yeah.
I
think it's hard though.
It took me way longer than that. I mean, to earn a decent living.
How long did you start? Like
I started. I think I did my first Edinburgh show in '96 or something.
That was the year I was born.
Isn't that amazing, Casey? That's the year you were born in '96.
Yep.
Amazing, huh?
I don't look a day over 20, do I?
No, you could be 18 or.
Yeah, thank you. Although you can't tell what age the Irish are because like the only difference is some Irish wear sunscreen and some don't. That's the only difference in aging here.
Oh yeah.
Some of them age really poorly. It really freaks me out. I hate that.
No, but I mean, you get into your 50s, you start to age. For Christ's sake, it's just undeniable. You can't help it.
You can't help it. But
you've got no lines or anything. Look at you.
No.
Do you love looking at yourself? Do you ever do you ever kiss yourself in the mirror?
No, it's because
you do, don't you?
No, I did not like the way I looked and myself for many years. And I still at the moment I'm very unhappy with like my weight at the moment. I don't like being this chubby. It's hard to be fit in the middle of nowhere in cabin on a diet of potatoes. But no.
Are you eating a lot of potatoes?
I remember going to my first carvery I went to with my boyfriend.
Carveries, man.
My first carvery I went to with my boyfriend and his cousin, and they were outraged that there was only 2 types of potato. I don't remember eating my family don't eat carbohydrates for dinner, really. Like past lunchtime, and there's probably some repressed eating disorder. But
what would your family eat for dinner? What do you mean?
Meat and steamed vegetables.
Yeah.
I like. Sometimes you make something nice, but we're very health conscious. Also, it's easier to be health conscious in the heat because you don't want to be eating big fuck off meals. Whereas like there is nothing to do but I also live butt fuck nowhere cabin, by the way. Like I live kind of near Ballyjames Duff. Like I live in a place called Tunny Duff, and it's
Tiny Duff.
Tunny Duff.
Oh, Tunny Duff.
It's near Canningstown.
Yeah.
Outside of Bailey Bar.
If the way you're looking at yourself, right? It's
more distracting.
It's like, oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, because you catch yourself in the mirror like you can't catch yourself in your reflection if you're looking at me.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, no, it's more like when it's like a third person. I'm not looking at myself. Well, at the start when I was fixing up my hair, I was. No.
Okay, sorry about that. We should have, Daniel. We have to cover that.
Yeah, especially like I got ADHD up the fucking wazoo. Like,
but everybody
Yeah, everyone does.
Everyone
comedy.
fucking has it.
I know, but I think that's true. Honestly, it's a spectrum.
But then it is a good thing as well that when we do eventually focus on something,
it's hyper focused and there's no stopping.
Look, I'm going to focus on this.
Yeah,
right. Then you try and get me to unfocus. Look.
Okay. No, I can't do it. That's my best noise too.
See, I'm so focused. Look, I'm trying to add new material.
You're trying to add new material.
Be like Marvel. Focus, man. He can focus on things.
We could take that back to the drawing board, maybe.
Yeah, your fucking drawing board. Boom. Roasted. No, I was watching videos of what's this guy called? What's his name? Timmy No Breaks on Kill Tony. Funny guy. Okay.
But yeah, Ireland's just weird. There's a lot of weird things about Ireland.
Oh yeah,
a lot of potatoes.
You're eating too many potatoes, you reckon?
Yeah, and I'm drinking too much because there's nothing else to do. Guinness. I love Guinness, and it's not like
If I sit here, is it better? Like that?
That's better. Thank you. I love Guinness. Stop letting me see myself. No, I love Guinness. Also, I found out mostly because Guinness is like one of the lowest calorie beers there are. But also wine costs
Hawaiian
costs a fucking arm and a leg here. Like it is so expensive to go out and drink wine.
Do you love drinking? Do you? Or you don't go.
I don't
crazy.
need to, but like if I go, I'm not unless it's a nice glass of wine with dinner.
Oh yeah.
I don't usually drink.
I miss drinking.
Yeah, were you an alco?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, I am an alcoholic. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you still drink?
No, can't go near the stuff. I stopped in 2003, but I had a slip in 2014. Camden Court Hotel, double vodka and Coke, please. Hand of but I went. Yeah. But anyway, no, I can't drink, but I do miss it. Just that.
Do you do other stuff?
No. Well, I do the gym. Work out.
Pump up the jam.
Yeah. 3 times a week. But bottle of really good wine. You're all. No, I think normally, normally I'm just kind of like he said me, she said them, and all freaked out in your head. And then a nice bottle of wine or vodka and Coke just takes the fucking edge off, and suddenly you have this love for your fellow man. You love the people you're talking to. You got that warm feeling. But then you keep on chasing that, and then by the end of the night, I'm paralytic, and I black out and I can't remember. And then the next day, you're all like,
Yeah,
shaking.
I try and not go out drink. I never used to drink at the house. Did you just lift up your shirt?
No.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were showing us.
I was just stretching.
Okay, it looked like
what the fuck, Casey? That's my son, you pervert.
Sorry.
How old are you?
32.
It's older than me. How can I be the fucking pervert?
Sorry.
I don't know, but you're
He
going on
looked-
about.
He looked like he was flashing me, and I can't address that. He just pulled up. It went up like this. It must have been his shirt
Daniel,
coming up.
I've told you about flashing the guests, especially the female ones. I'm so sorry, Casey.
That's okay. That's okay. I won't file a complaint this time. Do you guys have a HR department?
Yeah.
But I got a habit here of like a lot of Irish people here because we live in the middle of nowhere, and a lot of Irish people up in Cavan live in the middle of nowhere. So they just fix that because it's annoying you.
What's annoying me? Oh
That,
yeah. Sorry, go on.
But they just drink at home, and I don't.
Oh,
I never used to do that in Australia. Like I never drank at home.
Yeah,
I would have I'd probably have a bottle of wine in the house that if someone came over and I made them dinner, we'd have a glass of wine with that. But I never used to.
Well,
drink.
I think COVID created a lot of people you know the way I have like a home gym. I think a lot of people like the idea of having a bar in their gaff.
Yeah, which I can see the appeal for in the countryside.
Okay.
But like, I just don't like. Like, I've stopped now, just drinking at the house because there was just nothing to do. I was so bored. I'm so bored. I lived in like almost the inner city.
Oh, it would drive
for
you.
10
Yeah, it would
years.
drive you demented because
Yeah.
you have, especially when you're young. I found I had this call of the wild. You
Yeah.
want to go out and meet people and talk shit. This is when I was younger and drinking, but I don't know. Maybe it would suit me. I don't know. I think, maybe live in the country for a month, see what it's like. But I don't think I could exclusively live in that kind of situation.
Everyone to start drinking. I understand why there's so many alcoholic farms. Also, people fucking love cocaine out in the middle of nowhere.
I couldn't believe it down in Galway. The amount of coke around.
Are the farmers? Why do you need to stay awake for? You're going to be awake when the cows are. I don't understand. Like what? Like
There's loads of coke down in Cavan.
yeah.
There's coke everywhere. Ireland is full of cocaine. What's going on? And also, by the way, in the ploughing championships, apparently there's loads of sex workers, I think we call them now. there's a huge amount of influx of yeah.
Actually, I did take one of my Australian friends. She came up to visit me in Cavan. Rest her soul. She got like 2 numbers at the ploughing, which was hilarious. I was like, I didn't realize this is such a pickup venue.
But the cocaine thing is extraordinary. Where does it all come from and all that?
I don't know. I guess it's nothing better to do. Also, it's getting closer to the cost of fucking drinking, and in Dublin, it's probably cheaper to get a bag than to get 4 or 5 pints.
Yeah, I'd be... God, yeah, it doesn't suit me at all. Some people, you see, that's the thing. Out of a group of people, there's 1 or 2 people who can handle it or seem to be able to handle it until they can't. And then it seems very appealing, and then you try and do what they're doing, but like it doesn't suit my brain chemistry at all.
And the Irish in Australia fucking loved it. Although, like, sometimes there's a certain breed of Irish people in Australia, and they're a bit whatever your version of chavvy is.
Oh yeah.
I guess like it's insane. And I dated a fair few amount of Irish people, but from like all over the country. I feel like I flavored each, like tasted each province.
Tasting menu.
Yeah, I did. Not Wexford. Waterford. I dated a guy from Waterford.
Okay.
Feral, didn't like that. He wasn't that bad. Weird guy from Waterford.
Yeah.
But and then someone from Dublin, bit fun, weird shaped head. That's okay. And then I remember I used to date someone from Derry.
Yeah.
Or went on a few days with a guy from Derry. So insecure about being Irish. So
interesting.
insecure. Like it would be, constantly watching hurling. Like had to be at the matches.
Oh,
like,
you mean? Yeah, I know.
Like he wanted to like.
There's certain. I'm trying to block your.
No, it's fine.
I've never met somebody who's been so annoyed by their own image.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting that you said that insecure. I thought you meant that he was wanted to be not. He was trying to avoid people knowing that he was Irish. No, you mean that he was desperate to cling on to his Irishness.
Yeah.
And I've seen that phenomenon. You see lads heading off on the plane, and they start, go on, Paddy, or whatever. And it's almost like they feel the further away from Ireland they get that they're losing their Irishness. So they cling to the identity of Irishness much more than they would in Ireland.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's probably. I wonder, is that a feature of most nationalities?
I think it could be like, as I say, clearly like Northern Ireland, the young people are a lot more, nationalist. They would like to return to the Republic, which is like a nice thing to see. I remember before I came over here, my boyfriend and I drove from like Melbourne to Sydney and back, just 10 hours.
Never stop going on about your fucking boyfriend.
Sorry, my lesbian lover and I.
No, yeah. How long was that trip?
10 hours either way. And the entire trip, because I was like, we'd already made the decision that I was moving to Ireland. And so I was like, okay, teach me everything about because also I know I was on a border county. I never wanted to say anything. I knew a little bit about the Irish history, not all of it. My kind of education ended where you guys got shipped over to my country, and that's where I come from.
Right.
And so I just got him to sit me down or in the car and just tell me everything from the black and tans to home rule. Also learn about the Red Hand Ulster. Also, Irish people so petty. You guys are so petty.
Yeah.
And you love gossip.
Yeah.
Ireland's just one big all girls school.
Yeah.
That's the vibe.
Very good.
All the time.
Yeah.
Everyone is gossip says, but then when you did you say this about me? They're like, no. Why would I say that about you?
Yeah.
Obsessed with dying. A lot of
Yes.
young women are. You know, it's honestly, I haven't made that revelation to now, but being in Ireland feels like I'm back at my high school.
Yeah.
It's so petty. So petty, the
So
Irish.
true. Yeah.
And like obsessed with weird shit.
Yeah. Well, in the same way, if you live in a neighborhood for too long, small things appear to be serious and important, and that's a sign that you know. Sorry, I'm just ADHDing. Who's outside, Daniel?
I don't know.
Shh, listen.
So I'm surprised that like
Yeah, no, but you know, I feel I've been living here for too long because I'm noticing things that I shouldn't be noticing. I mean, I was talking to a girl there the other day, and she was saying your neighbour's freaking out about the hedge or something. Mate, get a fucking life. You know, if you're freaking out about hedges coming over into your part of the, you know, garden, mate.
calm down.
No, but I mean, you know,
We in Australia, there's this big phenomenon of we have community Facebook pages, right? So each suburb will have a Facebook page, and the amount of drama that goes down on these Facebook pages is amazing. It'll be someone complaining about someone else's dog, someone else's, whoever's lawn this is, blah blah blah, or you know, whoever's been parking out here, it's not okay. And my favorite one is in my neighborhood. There was a man stealing turtles from the creek. And that was like the big controversy, and everyone was trying to figure out the man who was stealing. And he just take a turtle and he put it in a Ziploc bag and he put it in his big bag and he take it home.
how long have we been broadcasting?
56 minutes.
Oh, well done. Yeah.
Nice. I was gonna say, do you have any big topic points? What did you want to know about me? Do you have, there's no big questions? Do you have any questions, Daniel?
Well, well, maybe there are questions that we don't know that we should ask that you want to answer.
I mean, I'll tell you anything. I'm pretty open book. So I'm brand new here. It's still all the Irish stuff, and the Irish people are new to me. Dublin traffic, fucking awful.
Oh, Daniel said you were quite. Daniel was watching your stand-up, and I said, "Oh yeah, and what do you think?" And then Daniel said, "She's quite explicit."
Can I say that's actually one big different thing about the Irish comedy scene to the Australian comedy scene that I've noticed is in Australia, a lot of people have hard time grasping the dark humor. Like I've got a few jokes that are quite dark. I don't think that dark, but people.
Oh, about your uncle and eating arse.
No, two different jokes, but yes.
What was
oh
it?
no, there is, but sorry, but no, that's not to me a dark joke. Like I've got a few jokes about like I say like watching my grandparents die, but like wanting to die like watching old people who want to die is very funny to me because like they don't love you enough to want to be alive, and I think that's hilarious. They're like, look, you're great for the 29 years I knew you, but I'm out. And I think that's funny. And like I said, there's a lot of around death that I think is funny. I've got a few darker jokes. They don't always go down well in Australia. Like Australians are always like, oh, you can't say that, or that's taboo. Ireland, you're fine. You can talk about as dark as you want, killing babies, people like that's fantastic, that's funny, give me more. Want more of that. In Australia, if you're a bit filthy or explicit, they're okay with that. But like they're not. So Australia's okay with the dark. Ireland is not okay with the filthy. Like your guys are so repressed. Religious people.
Give us an idea of the filthy. Oh, is that about go on.
Oh, it's not even like, it's just like you guys are all so like sexually repressed.
Yes.
It's hilarious. Like
are the Australians not sexually repressed?
not like you guys.
Yeah.
Like I a few of the Irish people I went out with would not have sex outside of a bedroom. They're like, no, this is where this happens. And you notice it because I'll tell a joke on stage I don't even think it's dirty, and they're like, oh my goodness, you think you fucking flash their mother. Like I don't know.
And you're performing in front of a really young crowd.
Yeah, and
it kind of wobbles you. It's like, what the fuck is that?
that's why so many young Irish people get pregnant. I think is because everything's so taboo. They're doing it in secret, and not telling anyone. Again, like I didn't realize how religious you guys still are. That's like I say, it's a bit of.
It's interesting, isn't it? Like I thought we've moved beyond it, but do you think it's to do what's going on there? I thought with the woke thing, everything's much more sexually much more kind of on the table.
I think it's like probably gone up, but it's not like I think where like America and Australia and other bits of the Western world are yet. Like I just was so shocked.
Oh, that was the one. Are you saying like have you done that joke here, where the way to a man's heart is through his stomach?
Yeah, but it's
Have
actually through his ass. Yeah.
Have you done that joke?
Yeah,
here?
and it does go well, but that used to be a closer of mine.
Okay.
And I will not use it as a closer anymore because sometimes it doesn't go the right way. Like I don't get the reaction. People are more like, then laugh.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
oh, it's so funny the way you're quite a warrior the way you do your comedy. It's very fucking funny, and long may it continue, and embrace it all, and it's fucking brilliant.
you.
I mean, that's what sets you apart from the regular comedians, you know.
what is that?
Well, I was going to say fearlessness, but you know, that open and honest style you have. I mean, I think it's very refreshing. I think it's very refreshing. I mean, honesty to me is like I love it. It's the best.
Trying to talk about those really like as I say, I never lied too. That's one of my things. I do lie to people. I love lying, but like in my jokes, I've never told something that's not been a true story. It may be an exaggeration.
Yes.
But like I don't understand comedians. I'm like, that's so funny. Oh my god, and they're like, yeah, I made it up. And it's fantastic writing.
Yeah.
They've got a skill that I don't. But everything I do is derived from something, which also I think I haven't written anything in a while, is because I've just felt numb. And how are you supposed to write about numbness except, you know, like whilst you're in that, it's hard to. But
well, that's an interesting one that you just said there. Yeah, how do you write about the fact that you can't write or create, or that you don't feel like? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, and it's just like I feel like, to me. So like when I used to make art, right? Art was always a way that I would communicate how I felt, and it always felt natural, and it came out like fluidly. Like it would always come out, and it come out almost perfectly. Like I did very well in any art degree, class, everything that I did very well. And it always felt like it flowed out. Whereas comedy, for me, it feels like it just fucking vomits out every now and again, and I don't know when it's gonna happen. You know, when you just like. It's to say, it just feels like a random vomit every now and again.
Yeah, but one way it's not going to happen is not doing gigs. You know, you have to be gigging more.
I know. That's what I kind of like. I got here. I was kind of in a like bit of a haze to try and get settled. I'm now settled, and I've kind of like woken up. Does that make sense? So now I'm trying.
And then when you move back to Dublin.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be by the summer next year.
So when you say that kind of numbness, is that because you're not doing enough comedy, or is it because of just you feel slightly isolated, or what's going?
Both. Like I feel like I plateaued a bit. Like I feel like I was doing really well, and then that kind of stopped, and I don't know why.
Where are we doing really well here?
No, in Australia. Here's all new to me, and like here I actually haven't started doing everything. I also feel like I've forgotten jokes here because I just have been doing like just like a solid 5, a solid 10.
Yeah.
At the Crackdown, because I go there a bit more often. I feel better there now. Like I feel more like I can do stuff, but I still am not in that stage where I'm just like fluid and can do everything. So I also feel like a bit more like a shit comic. Like I'm not as smart as I was, because it's just like I'm doing the same stuff over and over again because I have to be good at all these first times I establish myself.
Yeah.
But you know, I just was frozen for a bit because also like I live 2 hours away trying to figure out how to get to places, who to like talk to. Also, you can send a billion messages to a comedy page or a book or something like that, and until they open it, I can't do shit, and it's hard. But like as I'm here, I'm getting better and doing better, and I want to do a bit more of the shit kicker gigs where I can just do what I want. Yeah. And, it's going to be fine.
I don't know if this is any use, and I've said this phrase a lot, and when I was in Melbourne, a comedian dropped this on me, and he said, persistence without expectation. And I guess I needed to hear that at the time. So that's any good to you, where you just keep on, you don't... although it can kind of justify a lack of confidence or a lack of ambition or plan. It is good to have a plan and work towards it. But yeah, I mean, comedy in any field of endeavor, lots of competition, lots of people kind of giving you dirty looks or like, who's this fucker or whatever. I don't think that's the case with you. I think you have been quite embraced.
And I've been very lucky. I've also been very careful over here. Like, I think, I grew up, when I first started the scene in Melbourne, like, I've made my mistakes and I've slept with comedians and I've gotten too drunk and I've done all that sort of stuff. And I'm just like over here, and I stopped doing that when I started getting paid, and like it started becoming a bit more of a job than a hobby. Although sometimes it kind of slipped up in the past. Not like that I did anything bad, but I was just like, I wasn't going where I wanted to go. So I was just, having fun or doing less gigs because I was like, what's the point? but I was also probably just a little bit depressed.
Well, I remember Joanne McNally. Maybe you don't know her. She's quite a big comedian here. So she's the biggest comedian here. I think she's doing like 20 nights, Daniel, in 3 Olympia. I mean, it's extraordinary fucking achievement. She's done 100 nights in Vicar Street, and she'll hopefully be on the podcast in 2 weeks, mate. But anyway,
she's fantastic.
She when she started off. Very, very driven, almost like a predator. You know, you could see when you talk to Joanne, you know, she'd be talking to you, and then you'd be going like, you know, what's going on? Like, and she used to always have a guy with her. I don't know if she, but and she was driven, and she'd go in, do the fucking gig, and get the fuck out of there. Wouldn't get involved in the drama. And that's a good. That's a
what
good.
I've done.
I was always creating or getting involved in the drama and drinking and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I just decided not to do that here. I just work. I go home. I go do it. I go home.
Yeah.
Occasionally, I'll stay for a drink if it's more of a sort of networking thing. Because also, like, I don't have any comedian friends here, I guess, except you.
Yeah.
But it's hard not have. Well, it's also hard because, like, you're like. In Australia, I'd have plenty of people to do stuff with, or if I'd had a podcast or a sketch idea, I'd do it with them. And here, I haven't really made any friends yet.
I know. Well, also where you're living as well, you know.
Yeah, which is the big change that needs to happen and will happen because we're going insane living on a farm. It's, you know, it's like the Shining. You know, or like what's
But
that?
you must really. I'm going to speak authentically now.
Okay.
The way you were so interested in your boyfriend's kind of country and his culture and the effort that you've made, it's quite. You're obviously, you know, a good partner, and you're a good. It's a very. It seems like
a handful.
It seems like a loving relationship.
Yeah, but I'm also a fucking handful.
Yeah.
But he's very calm all the time. Which
you in other words you know the way there's a good chemistry. Like there's certain women in my life who are completely different to me, but we get on so well because of that.
Yeah,
thank God.
And he it's like one of those
complement each other.
Also, like, I don't know about you, I feel like you're the same as me. I used to fall for like the big fucking crash and burn. They tell you love you in like the first two, you know, that really big passion.
Oh, they love bomb you.
Yeah, and then but also you fall for it because it's intoxicating. It's the same as getting applause.
Yeah,
like it's the exact same as doing comedy. You're getting the laughs, you're getting the love. It's amazing, and then they end up being garbage. And for him, it was like a slow burn. It's not a big relationship one, but also like. So
he's just treated you like shit from the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning, set the stand, and he's allowed one misogynistic comment a day.
Okay.
But he's never, you know, as a comedian, we can be a lot, and he's never thought that I was a lot, which is a lot. But you know, like we can be intense for a lot of people, and it doesn't matter how intense I am. At the end of the day, he loves it.
Okay, that's great.
And like as I say, like I can have 1,000,001 issues. Like I'm like this.
But I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, love.
Looking about me.
You must have.
I am.
The way you describe.
Fantastic.
The way. I'm just saying. The way that. I know it's horrible, isn't it? I'm giving you a compliment. It's so horrible. Just strap yourself in. Are you ready? Are you ready? Now, the way you described traveling 10 hours on the road and asking him all kinds of questions about his culture, so you're really into him, and it's really good, and it's lovely, and it means it's a nice
experience. No, it's great.
So where's the future? What where are we going? Hopefully, you know, you'll do loads more gigs, and well, you know, that thing that you're doing in the Crackdown, what's it called?
Comedy Gone Wild. I've been thinking about changing it to Gags Gone Wild, though. I think that's
Gags Gone Wild. Okay, but the thing that is a format.
It's a format that a guy in Australia called Neil Kolhatkar started, and then I started doing the Melbourne one with him, and then he was basically like, "Look, take the format and do it in Ireland," you know. And
has it been transposed to TV yet?
Oh no, but it's come from TV. It's Mock the Week.
Oh, it's Mock the Week. Is
look at it. If you look at it, really.
Oh, right.
But it's also like 1,000 other things have.
Yeah, well, you could do a different, newer, updated version of it. Cannot. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, I'm trying, and it's developing more. And like we've got a very insane Christmas show planned.
And you know, so in terms of you wanting to do panel shows, I mean, with the price of at the cheapness of cameras, and you could create your thing that you could put up every week. Surely, isn't that the idea?
And that's what it's
Or
doing.
you want to do that?
I'm already doing it.
Oh, you
I've been
are?
putting it up all.
Well, then what the fuck are you on about?
I know, it's just everything's slow. I know, but also I do have an idea for a podcast that I wish to do, but I do have to get more of a setup like this. Look at that.
So you are putting that weekly show or monthly
show out.
You are putting it up on YouTube.
Not YouTube, but TikTok and Instagram so far.
You're doing just clips of it.
Just clips.
Oh.
I don't think.
So where can people see it?
TikTok and Instagram. It's under Comedy Gone Wild, but by the time you see this, might be Gags Gone Wild. I haven't decided. I feel like.
And what's your Instagram page?
It's just Casey Gothard. It's spelled Gothard. It's not said
Where
way.
does the surname Gothard come from?
It's Swiss. It's from Gothard. It's in Switzerland there's that big road that goes like boom, 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 boom. It's a really steep one. That's the Gothard Pass.
Is that right?
Yeah. It also means goat herder.
Have you been to Switzerland?
No. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
Also, I love Scandinavia, but Scandinavians freak me out. They're all also tall and beautiful.
I lived there for 6 years in Copenhagen.
Oh, nice. I love Copenhagen. I love small brot.
Small brot. Oh, the little
open-faced sandwiches.
Oh, they are nice.
They're
yeah,
fantastic, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're very fashionable in Copenhagen. They can ride bikes and coats. I don't know how they do that. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, it's very bicycle friendly.
Yeah, I've never.
Oh no, you weren't doing comedy then.
No, I was doing my art degree over in Norway. I was making art over there.
That's where I started doing stand up in Copenhagen, in a venue called the Comedy Zoo.
Wow.
And Daniel basically lived the first 5 or 6 years of his life in Copenhagen.
Was he conceived there?
No, he was conceived. He was conceived. It sounds a strange thing to say about someone. He was conceived in the Canary Islands.
So he's a tax write-off. That was supposed to be a joke.
Yeah, well, of course it was. Because we don't have to pay tax on children, do you? Oh, you pay tax.
You also just pay a lot of money. I cost so much to raise.
When are you going to have kids?
I don't know if I'm going to. But if I do...
You don't be saying that in case you have a no.
Oh, I know. I don't think it horrifies a few people. I refuse to... Like, my mum did very well. We were very poor when we were growing up. She went to law school when I went to primary school. Like, she would go to university during the day. She'd drop me off, pick me up. Then she would go to work after dropping me at my grandparents.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And we grew up poor. We're very decently well off now. Thanks, Mum. Love you. Thanks for paying for my bathroom. Well, actually, don't put that bit in because we've got to get insurance on that.
Really?
Yeah.
What do I not put in? Okay, well...
You're fine.
I know do put it... What?
Don't worry. I don't even know if that's bad. It's fine. We'll get it back. But I.
So how did your mom pull herself out of the not having money?
She was just very driven. She went to say she just worked really hard. We lived with my grandparents for 4 years. Then we bought our own house for $87,000, which would be about 50,000 euro. Can't do that anymore. But then she went to uni whilst I went to primary school.
Right.
She became a lawyer by the time I was the end of it, and then she became a barrister before I was the end of high school. But because we grew up poor, I refuse to have children whilst poor. I don't want that. Like that, it puts so much stress, especially if I'm with my partner. That puts so much stress on marriages and all sorts. I refuse.
Smart.
I'm not one of those people who needs to have children. I think they'd be cool. I think it'd be a nice addition, but I'm not going to sacrifice my life for a kid I don't even know yet. Does that make sense?
I'm not going to sacrifice my life for a kid that I don't even know yet. Okay, Russell Crowe.
Is it Russell Crowe from Gladiator?
Yeah. Are you glad he ate her?
Nice.
But
so if I do have kids though, I'll probably when I'm like 40 or so.
What will you call if it's a boy?
My partner, like our deal is
Wayne.
No, because I want my partner to have my last name because we're the last generation of them and we're all girls, so I want my last name. Also, Gothard is very cool. But he wants...
Gothard is Swiss, so your folks or your whatever come from Switzerland.
Yeah,
Switzerland.
But Switzerland and England, that's where my grandpa came from. And then all the other runs of my family came from, I'm pretty sure, the Irish convict ships. Either the good side or the bad side, we never know. But yeah, a lot of like my dad's last name is Brennan. So like Irish. Love the bread.
Brennan's bread.
That's-
Today's bread made today, made with hate for people. Brennan's.
Yeah, but so we're from there. But no, because my boyfriend's name is Jack. He wants to call his first son Jackson because it'd be Jack's son.
Well, my youngest son is called Jack, and that's Daniel. So
Who do you like more?
they were named Jack Daniel. After the whiskey. No, I know that it just happened. Who do I like more? Well, it's funny. I love I love them so much. It's a bit scary sometimes, because I feel very connected to my young sons. But definitely there are a lot of families where it's quite clear that the father or the mother has a favorite.
Yeah.
And but they never will explicitly say it. You are, we can just see it by how you fucking act and interact around people.
I feel like it's based off of who they asked to load the dishwasher or unload the dishwasher.
Yeah.
The favorite child is never asked to do that. And it's funny because Irish families, it's so clear. The Irish families love their boys so fucking much.
Oh, yeah.
They love the boys. Like,
yeah.
they're going to take over fucking some industry. And I'm like, fucking, Owen's not going to do garbage. Owen is a, 38-year-old loser. Owen's not a golden boy. I don't know what you want from that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very weird. The Irish people Irish mummies really love their boys.
They do.
My partner's mum kind of loves all of her children equally. She loves the grandkid the most though. That's such good currency within the in-law family. Is if you have a grandkid.
Oh yeah, Daniel, I'm really looking forward to my first grandchild. I mean, that's there's a few good benefits to getting older, but one of them is the idea of a grandchild and hopefully getting some wisdom, please. Casey Gothard, absolute pleasure. I hope this is the first of many podcasts that you will be as our guest. Continued success with your inevitable rise to the top of the comedy tree.
Also, vote for me for most appropriately dressed next year at the
Oh
Pride.
yeah, that's going to be so exciting. Thank you, Prince Daniel. Will I play that music? Oh, because Daniel got this AI music. He just typed in, and that's why we're not together. So we'll play that as we go out. Yeah.
Yeah, we can mess around with it.
Okay. Thanks, folks. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Casey.